Welcome back to Remnant from the Ashes. We are going to explore our first dungeon. Don't take it, it sees. I wonder what that's a reference to.
Oh, what's that smell?
Stewer.
That's all you got?
Is why I like the submachine gun.
Come on. Stay down.
Screw you guys. Thankfully they're fairly weak. But we don't want to fight those up close.
Bleeding. Good.
Yeah, it's bad. We're bleeding. Need to use the bandage to get rid of the bleeding effect. See how long that bleeding effect lasted? Yeah, that's why you don't want to deal with that, because you're going to burn through all your healing charges trying to stop the bleeding. So this dungeon has a gimmick. They all do. Now, what kind of gimmick is kind of all over the place. It varies. Each dungeon has a slightly different gimmick, and they all... Some of them are fairly straightforward. Survive, get through the end. Some of them are, like this one, unique. They have mini-bosses, they have extra monstrosities.
Stay down.
We're gonna learn to hate that noise. So that cloud isn't just for set dressing. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. So, one of the things the game really likes to do is fuck with you. Dumping mini bosses on you. Oop. Ow. You talking to me? And these underground dungeons are great for notorious for doing that particular little event where they drop a one of the twin-bladed dudes behind you in the middle of an enemy rush. As the game has it uses a similar AI setup to Left 4 Dead, where, hang on, iron string. What? Upon the inscription inside reads, "My light in the dark. This ring looks worn but well loved, polished from constant wear." You might want to take that to one of the NPCs in the shelter. Like I said, this has kind of an AI similar to the Left 4 Dead. Director, where it'll spawn hordes to come after you if you think you've hit a certain checkpoint, if it thinks you're having a too easy time of it. Oh, piss off. Alright. I hate this guy, just because he's kind of bullshit. Because he's got unlimited, he's invincible from the front. as long as he's got the blades up. So we're just gonna yoink. Come on, do the thing. Ow. Mistimed that dodge, and now I'm bleeding.
Who's next?
So the only way we're gonna get... Whoop. So we're counteracting the bleeding because we ran out of healing. We ran out of bandages, which is sadly going to be a problem. We're counteracting the bleeding with the blood wart. But yeah, he's the bonus objective for this map is to destroy those totems. And if we destroy the totems and beat the boss, we get a special item, whether it be extra resources or a unique piece of equipment. So that's our objective. You can also kind of see how having extra hands to do this would be useful. And playing in multiplayer, you don't really compete for resources. The game does pickups independent of for each player. So, you know, you get... If I pick up ammo, the other player would still see ammo on the field. Those pink clouds of bullshit, by the way, are spores, and we don't want to deal with them. Question is, where is he going to spawn? Oh, good. Exactly where I didn't want him to spawn. Ah, shit. Fuck off. Okay. Ow. Okay, that got rid of him. So, that chime sound that made me spin around like a lunatic was this guy spawning. This guy has the same faceplate as the Bruiser, but he has a gun. Which is bad. We also got kind of unlucky with the enemy spawns there, because they dumped a horde on us while we were fighting the the boss. But everybody's dead, so, you know, hang out, be groovy. Don't be an exploding asshole. And the game was a little rough to start, but once they got a couple patches, you didn't have issues with ammo drops anymore. They got much better about their ammo drops. It used to be you could actually end up running completely out of ammo and had to rely on your melee weapon, which is not great when you have stuff like that. Anybody else?
Ooh,
That's a no. If the PC says no, then we're safe. Ish. For the next like 10 feet. but these little doors and tight corridors are designed to make your life difficult. However, that's the end of this section. We move on to the next section, which is typically the boss section. But we do get a checkpoint so we can refill our health, our charges, and our ammunition. Cool. We're done there. We don't have any real reason to go back to the ward at the moment. The game doesn't punish you much for dying. Let me put it that way. There is still penalty for dying, but it's not as bad as you think it is. It's just, you lose a little bit of scrap. That's it. You don't drop everything or anything like that. And you just get kicked back to the last spawn point. Fog door. Hi. You asshole. The Shroud. So, because we destroyed the totems, this fight is actually easier. Also, you can reload while sprinting, which is good. I forgot he did that. So getting up close to him is actually viable now. It didn't used to be, because it fucks with his targeting. Yep, moving. Where'd he go? Come on back. Really bad time to run out of ammo. Okay, so Sablewood is... Yeah, we're good there. Or sorry, Shadewood. Valuable resource harvested from the Shroud that can be used to forge powerful weapon mods. Smells like my ma's incense and her ashes. Gross. So each boss has 2 weapon drops. The Shadewood is the weapon drop we get for destroying all the totems. If we don't destroy all the totems, we get something slightly different. There's also usually 1 or 2 crates of goodies stashed somewhere. So that's what I'm looking for right now. But yeah, it's a tense fight, but it's reasonably fair because they don't spawn enemies on top of you. And as long as you're paying attention to what you're doing and moving with a purpose, staying focused on your objective, you can succeed pretty much on the first try. Most of the time you won't, just because you don't know what you're expecting. The raining exploding arrows caught me by surprise, and I've done this a couple of times. He's not my favorite boss, but then again, he's better than the alternative. The alternative is kind of a pain, but that's just because the alternative is like Buzzsaw or something like that. He's a bruiser-like enemy with a bunch of extra health who gets the suiciding spore pods as his adds. And so it's a race to see which one catches you first. The spore pods or the big dude with the cleaver. Anyway, we're done here. Time to go outside. We're going to climb out of this sewer. And we're back outside. And you're thinking, well, that was pointless. We just traded one ruin for another. Nah, really, we have actually made progress. In fact, we went in there, we came out here, so that whole area was sewer, and we now have access to this. And you're going to hate this part, but we're going to do it anyway because it's useful. It allows us to actually avoid a boss fight. I know what you're thinking. Why would we want to do that? Because avoiding a boss fight in this case actually earns us something. But we have to sit through this, which, you know, if you want to skip ahead, it's fine. Oh, we also have to reactivate the checkpoint. I know how this works. Go away. And we're gonna go ahead.
Dude, this is nothing personal, but I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you up because I made you. I put you in this world, I can take you out.
The tree is moving. Also, this shortcuts us if we wanted to go back this way.
Bubble, bubble, little stew. Oh, I can't wait. I'm eating you.
He sounds sane. Nice collection of stuff.
Now listen here, Stu. This is nothing personal, but I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you up because I made you. I put you in this world, I can take you out. Come in, come in. Old Matus home is yours. Mi casa e su casa, as my ma used to say. At least I think that's what it means. So, what brings you up here? Come to chat.
How do you survive out
trade.
here?
Oh, you know, Brabus and his boys bring me food once in a peck. And this old heliocopter makes a mighty good sniper's nest for any dead wood what come waltzing by. It's my lonely at times. But that makes the occasional visitor all the sweeter. Listen to me talking your ear off already. I got a million stories, but I'm sure you're here for a reason. So, what's your deal?
What kind of stories do you have? Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
What don't I got's a better question. Let's see. What would a young'un like you want to hear? So I was on the scrounge with the Crazy Eight one time. We found this old, hospital, see? Full of deadwood. Basement. Oh, the basement now was full of folk. All trapped there for as long as anyone's guess. Well, the root found them same time we did. Others ran, but not me. They were folk. They had meds. So I fought for them, tooth and nail. Literally, biting the damn deadwood off me. Rest of the Crazy Eight saw me and said, "Damn, that's a mutter what's got some teeth." The name Mudtooth stuck ever since. What time is it? Probably too late for another, yeah?
No, tell me more.
Let's see. You read much? I read everything I can get my hands on. The Bell Jar, Dune, Catch 2-2. Something about a guy called Malcolm X. Oh, there's this one I keep coming back to. The Eternaut. Doesn't matter. It's about these aliens what kill everyone who live. It's got insect aliens. It's got human aliens. It's got giant building-sized aliens. It's even got aliens what control the other aliens. Oh, I reckon the writer thought he was spinning fiction, but I'll be goddamn if it ain't the most real thing I ever read. What time is it? Probably too late for another, yeah?
No, tell me more.
Well, sure. You met Commander Ford over in Ward 13? Huh? Good leader. Sad family. Root killed her pa when she was a kip, see? And her ma died of the flu some 20 years ago. All that ain't the sad part. They say her grandpa, old Ford, is some kind of hero. But he was nuts. Thought he could take down the Deadwood all by himself. Her grandma. They say her death's what drove old Ford over the wall. Mm-hmm. You ask me, death would have been the better thing. I reckon she's still out there. What time is it? Probably too late for another, yeah?
No, tell me more. Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Sure thing. It was the winter after we left Sanctuary. Me, Ma, and the Crazy Eight had found a home. A good home. Shored up. Made it our own. Ma didn't tell me she were pregnant. By the time I noticed, she was nigh done. Something went wrong. Crazy Eight, we were mutters, but we weren't no midwives. Couldn't do nothing. Mom, the Kip, never made it. She never told me why we left Sanctuary. I reckon she didn't need to. I ain't putting you to sleep now, am I?
No, tell me more.
Let's see. Ah. Ma used to tell me about the old world. This place was called the USA, and it was huge, stretched from one ocean to other. This place was filled with people, more of them than was fit for counting, all working together, huh? Making the world a better place. Why, they had people on the moon. They had talking animals. They had water what could heal you just by looking at it. I reckon you don't believe me. No one does. But the world was a damn paradise afore the Deadwood came. What time is it? Probably too late for another, yeah?
No, tell me more.
Sure thing. Brabus and I ain't spoken in a long while. He's a good leader. He is. But we don't see eye to eye on much. My ma used to say, do to others as you do to you. Or something like that. Don't remember the exact words. Brabus don't see that, though. He thinks the Deadwood done devoured all kindness from the world. Oh, he ain't wrong. But I figure there ain't no point in living in a world like that. So, I came out here. Ah, look at me. You were probably out looking for scrounge. I should let you go.
No, tell me more.
Well, sure. Moved to Sanctuary when I was 10. Huh. Ma liked it. Safe, steady food. A couple of guys would come around teaching me things. It was a good life. Before Sanctuary, Ma told me about movies. Folks sitting around staring at old boxes what told them stories. What until Sanctuary. I actually saw one. They'd spin a ribbon around some wheels, and bam! Walking, talking people on the wall. Craziest thing I ever seen in my long life. Of course, that was back when I was just a kip. Doubt you could find one now. I can tell you more if you're up for it.
Tell me more.
Let's see. Before the Mud Dogs were the Mud Dogs, we were the Crazy Eight. The best goddamn scroungers you ever seen. We scavenged everywhere, saw everything. Working aerial planes, Deadwood big as the sky, and in the rusted places, we saw things there you'd never believe. Old carvings, giant crystals, all kinds of weapons. And Deadwood everywhere. Corbin once saw a Kip sleeping behind a locked door, breathing with machines. No one believes that part, but it's true. I tell you, it's true. Now, listen, you've been real kind to me. Listen to me ramble on and on like I've been. It's been a long time since anyone stuck around to talk to this old mutter, so I got something I'd like for you to have. This was my wife's. I'd planned on giving it to my boy, but well, maybe it's time to give up on him coming around, huh? Ain't no time left in this world to wait on true family. I reckon you're close enough. Take care of it.
I will, thank you.
Sure. Now, anything else I can do for you?
What do you have for wares?
Just some odds and ends, really.
I was kind of hoping he had bandages. Well, Mudtooth Stew increases stamina by 25, lasts 60 minutes, stay in effect after death. Mudtooth's Tonic increases health by 25, etc., etc.
Watch
We can
yourself, huh? A lot of dead wood out there.
we can buy both, but more importantly, we picked up Frenzy Dust. Increases fire rate by 15% and reload speed by 20%, which is the same effect as this Gunslinger charm, and it stacks, just in case you're wondering. For all heroes, step into the dust cloud, lasts 30 seconds. That's the problem. I used to find this stuff in the tallest of the old towers and the darkest alleys between them. Don't know what it is, but sure as hell makes kill and root easier. Where is it? Huh. That doesn't seem right. It's gotta be around here somewhere. That's weird. Oh, apparently we also got a trait point. Oops. I'm gonna max that out as soon as possible. So we got the Mutter's watch, which for whatever reason isn't actually showing up in my inventory. I wonder if that's a bug. But yeah.
Well, that's got a kick to it. Ah.
So that's the Mutter's watch is. I'm hoping it really worked because I'd rather not do that again. Well, the issue is getting this encounter to spawn when you re-roll an adventure. Because we will be doing real adventures because there's a bunch of stuff that I'm going to want to get my hands on that's not going to be available in this adventure. Or in the campaign directly, so we'd have to jump into one of the adventure areas, and we'll do that a couple times, and then I'll just kind of probably have to do a compilation video where we just go, okay, this is what I found, this is how we got to it, etc., etc. Still not seeing the watch, but the watch is it's supposed to be a gift from the Mutter to his son, Barabbas. And Barabbas is a character we can meet. As a matter of fact, he's a boss we can fight. However, if we have the watch during our initial conversation with him, if we have the watch, he will make a comment about it, he'll get sentimental, and then he'll give us some equipment in exchange for the watch and let us go on our way. If we don't have the watch, we have to fight him like a normal boss fight. It's not terrible, it's actually okay. It's complex, but it's another option. I like how they've given you different options on how to... I think if we have the watch, he gives us armor. If we don't have the watch, we get a weapon or a mod. The game kind of goes out of its way to give you options. Also, we have ourselves another dungeon, and going this way, and I believe that is the direction we're supposed to go. So you know me, I'm never going to go the way I'm supposed to go. We're going to go this way instead.
Who's next?
I got to be careful with the long arm or the long rifle rounds because they will go away rather quickly. I also forgot about that briefly. All right, let's check out the cars, check out the building, check out this. So, yeah, it's actually an area on the other side that we loop around to that we can climb up here, jump down, and go back to the center. We're not there yet. So I'm gonna climb through this window. Sounds like there's something breathing upstairs. I'm talking like the old Mudtooth, damn it. Speaking of which, old Mudtooth is one of the best voice acting sequences. It's some of the best voice work in this game. All the voice actors in here are pretty good, not great, but Mudtooth is probably the best out of any of them. The guy who does Mudtooth, you know what I mean? Oh, we're not going that way. What's out here? Ah. So Mudtooth refers to the root as dead wood because they kind of resemble dead trees, and we'll find that that name sticks for quite a few people. It's either root or deadwood. 50-50, pretty much. Something on the third floor? I don't think there's a third floor here. Something's growling at us. Let's see, what's in the other building? Crate of goodies. Awfully quiet. Some people would say suspiciously so. But that going through the building gets us around that blockade. Aha. That's who's been making all that noise. Uh-oh. Bet there's more stuff over here. I think I'm gonna have to extend my my video lengths at this point to between checkpoints, just because the lengths I've been holding them at is becoming restrictive as far as recordings are concerned. So yeah, we're probably gonna just keep going until we get to the next checkpoint, which shouldn't be too far, because I think we're actually gonna have to get to the end of the street, turn around, and come back. And so we'll essentially end up picking up at the checkpoint where Mudtooth is. But we'll stick our nose out here just in case, and if we do find someplace to go, because oh, is that it? I think that is it. Okay, hang on one second. We'll get to the end of the street and take a look. But if that's the train station, we actually have to go back. So there's always... The way they roll tile sets is... There's always a mandatory dungeon and an optional dungeon. Whoa! Always a mandatory dungeon and always an optional dungeon. Always a man, always a lighthouse. Sorry, I was watching BioShock retrospectives recently. So I think the one over that way is actually the optional dungeon. And the side alleys, I will always dive down side alleys looking for stuff. Yeah, that's the train station. Okay, going back. Because side alleys contain, oftentimes, most likely, to contain either special items or books of knowledge. So they're always, always, always worth the time to just kind of look around and just kind of stick your head down there. I don't, and most of the time, I think there's only one enemy encounter that spawns in an alley. So you probably won't have to worry about it. Was having a conversation with some of my friends as we were playing this game, and I described Remnant from the Ashes almost as Baby's First Souls-like, because it's got a focus on ranged combat, doesn't have a melee combat stamina to manage, and is frankly really forgiving as far as how encounters go. So if you're interested in picking it up, actually now's an excellent time because the game's on sale for $5 or something on Steam, because it's the Christmas sale, or the the winter sailor, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Anyway, we're gonna go through here. Hardened iron, that's important. We're gonna grab this checkpoint, and then I'm gonna call it a video. I'll see you guys in the next one.